How's everybody doing? What we need to discuss is the problems in the dynamic between men and women going on in the world today. See, women, modern women, have collectively lost their fucking minds. And that's just the plain fact of it. Now, I'm not saying men don't have a role in this. But women, through the social media, the Instagram filters, the endless beta male simps giving them showers of compliments on every little picture, has ballooned their egos. And you couple that with being raised with these Disney movies like there's some kind of princess and the world revolves around them. Let me tell you something, guys. Ain't no woman ever gonna love you like your mom did, if you were lucky enough to have one around that did. No other woman's gonna love you unconditionally ever in your life. They don't love like we do. Men have a hard time understanding why they can't receive the same type of love back that they give. But you just have to realize that women are hypergamous by nature. Hypergamous means they're always on the lookout for a bigger, better deal. And this ain't even their fault. This is just survival back in the day. I mean, you had to have the strongest man, the man with the most resources that you could find to try to survive. So you can't fault them so much for that. You just have to realize the truth about it. Now, everything's geared in their favor. The legal system, all right? Nothing's ever their fault. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Women, you might be mad at some of the shit I'm saying, but you know deep down it's the truth. And we need people to start speaking the fucking truth because shit is getting out of hand. All right? And it's going to come to a head when women realize there ain't a whole lot of real men left, or the ones that are ain't willing to date them or marry them because they see that the juice ain't worth the squeeze, man. What man wants to marry up when all he sees is women cheating on motherfuckers, taking half their shit, going to fucking all their buddies and putting their life in a living hell? Where the hell is the benefit to that? Women need to appreciate what men bring to the table. Now, not every man is doing his job, and I've been guilty of that myself. I'm trying to work on myself. I'm out here in the fucking woods through another breakup with the same chick. I mean, I'm done with this process. I'm done. I'm never going to let a woman treat me or disrespect me that kind of way, because once they do, they're going to lose attraction to you anyway. They might still try to use you or keep you around for some reason, but at the end of the day, if you don't have that backbone, that's a wrap, man. That's a wrap. Now, the main thing about being a man that I've learned mostly recently, because I was an idiot a lot of my life. You can't put the woman at the top of your life like that. You have to have your purpose be your driving force, and she cannot interfere with it. You see, if you make her your number one priority, she gonna dry up real fast. I promise you. They may say that they want you to pull out chairs and give them flowers and do all this type of stuff. Maybe in some instances they will maybe appreciate, but for the most part, that's all a bunch of bullshit. Don't watch what they say, watch what they do. Because the motherfucker pulling out the chairs and all that shit ain't getting no pussy. It's the dude that don't give a fuck over here that's getting the pussy. Even though he ain't doing the fucking work to get it. That's just the way it is. And is there a happy medium? I think maybe. But you just have to be aware of these facts, man. Because men aren't allowed to, we can't live in delusion the way women can. See, if a man wants to, have good skin and look good and have a, muscular physique and all, he has to work for that. Man ain't gonna go put an Instagram filter in a bunch of photos and have a bunch of women fawning over his pictures, even if he is one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. It's just not like that. But we need these motherfuckers to stop showering with compliments, because I guarantee none of those dudes are getting with this chick. And all you're doing is blowing up her ego and fucking up the whole system. Stop giving them so much free attention. Stop putting them on a pedestal so much. Because you got women that are fives out here acting like they fucking should be worshipped and shit. And all this, body acceptability and shit. You know what? If you obese, you fucking obese. If a man's obese, he gonna deal with it. He ain't gonna get showered with compliments just because motherfuckers want to fuck a big butt and they're gonna tell you what they want to hear. At the end of the day, who's gonna actually be a man of substance in your life that's gonna be someone to have a family with and all of that? I mean, that's the thing, people. What about families? I mean, do women even care anymore? They'll just rip a dude's heart out, take his money, take his kids, go fuck his friends with no remorse. And they don't realize what this does to these men. But as a man, you can't let yourself get in that position. You have to balance the power in the first place. That's what I've learned. You cannot be too nice, too accessible, too giving of your time, your energy, your effort, your affection, all of those things, because it makes it lose value and it makes her lose attraction. And then the whole thing just snowballs. You see, if you have a little mystery, if you ain't always texting her every minute of the damn day, if you got shit legitimately going on, she's gonna think about you when she's not with you. If you just sat home all day while she was at work and now you being all nice to her when she got home, what the hell she want that for? That ain't what a man's supposed to be. Now, I've been guilty of these things myself. I have learned the hard way in several relationships, okay? It might work for a while, it might seem like it's working. But you'll notice the sex will get less enthusiastic and less frequent until it becomes like she's doing a fucking chore. Even though you look the same, it ain't that. It ain't about a physical attraction with the man. It's all mental and emotional with them. Now, need more men to just be on their purpose, not putting women at the top of the list, not giving them so much free attention and shit, and knock them down a peg or two, because this shit is out of control. A man who's actually a high value man, who's like a 8 or 9 in looks and has his shit together and all that, will have a harder time half the time than some chick that's like a 4 just because she gonna show some fucking cleavage on the fucking internet. But all them dudes giving her the attention, she don't really want them. And they ain't shit, because if they were, they wouldn't be wasting their time commenting on stupid ass photos of halfway attractive bitches and giving them ego boosts for no fucking reason. Because I tell you, you're never gonna get no pussy out of them doing that. And that's what, I don't know if they think they are or what, but it's fucking retarded. Shit, I've had more fucking luck go on a chick's photo and be the one motherfucker to insult her ass on the thing. She'll start messaging you. Watch. It's one thing women can't take. It's rejection, even worse than men. You know, it's all about looking attractive to a man for them, and it's just a fucking fucked up thing. It's just you have to accept it for the way it is. You can't live in la la land like we've been raised with these Disney movies and all this bullshit, because it don't work. It don't work for anybody. It don't make relationships work. For things to work, it has to be a certain type of way, and I don't care all these SJWs type of people. Fuck them. Let them be offended. We need some fucking truth of how shit works, because these people are fucking delusional, man. They're on a fucking cloud nine. You know, women want to come out and act like men ain't shit and all this. Who the fuck built this goddamn country? And I don't care if you got one fucking buff ass aunt that works on a construction crew. Let's talk about rules, not exceptions. Who's responsible for the car you're driving, the house you're living in, all the amenities that you live with your money? What happens if that collapses? Money's gone. You can't buy things. It's gonna go right back to an old-fashioned way, where you were gonna respect your man if he was gonna keep you alive, and you were gonna respect his physical strength and the work he could do and the things he could do that you couldn't, rather than being salty that you can't and trying to fucking diminish him and not doing what you're supposed to be fucking doing in the meantime and fucking everything up. Now, men are at fault in this too, because a lot of men ain't doing shit, sitting there playing video games and they ain't shit. And it's gonna come to a head when there ain't a lot of real men left, when you can't find a man to change a damn tire. And I ain't saying there ain't no woman out there that can change a fucking tire. Let's not be ridiculous. For the most part, most women don't want to. They want a man to do it. It's just the way it fucking is. And there's nothing more unattractive than a man who can't. But you can't be just letting women friend zone you and use you for that type of shit. You got to be direct. And you know, if a man's dealing with a woman, let's get real. He's either fucking them or he has some intention of fucking them later on, or they're a family member. It's about it. Otherwise, he'd rather hang out with dudes and talk logically and openly and honestly and spare the fucking games and shit. All right? Let's be real about it. So, you know, women want to go and fuck this dude and then have this dude come and do this and that for him and not even give him no pussy. Don't y'all feel bad at ever? But they don't. That's the thing. If a man will allow that to happen, they got no remorse for your ass. Period. They are cold, cutthroat when it comes down to it. But that's just their nature. They can't even help it, man. They can't help it. They can't help that any more than you can help seeing a 20-year-old chick with a nice body and immediately thinking you'd like to rail the shit out of them. You can't help that either. Now, you can control yourself. You can be a strong person and have a little fucking morals and shit like that. Because in the grand scheme, we have to make a better livable society. The family unit is fucking destroyed in this country. It is fucking decimated. The courts are so geared towards women. I mean, well, think about it, women. Being a man these days, it's fucking scary. I mean, all a woman's got to do is accuse you of some shit you didn't even do, and your fucking life is over. I mean, it's fucked up. I mean, it's a man's risking a lot being in a fucking relationship. I mean, I just got a fucking broken sharp plate held to my fucking throat almost yesterday. And she gonna act like she was the victim when I'm sitting here trying just not to get fucking stabbed, knowing full well if I do anything, I'm going to fucking jail. And motherfuckers are gonna step in and act like they got to protect her against me. Because women will always find a way to be the victim. It doesn't matter what it is. If I was holding a broken, sharp porcelain plate up near her head, where's the fairness? You want to be equal, but you think that kind of shit's okay just because I got a dick? I got to deal with that? Come on now. This shit ain't right. I mean, yeah, it's not a fair physical thing, you know. Men should be able to just start fighting women because we'll whoop y'all ass, period. You ever seen a fucking man actually just let go and actually fight a bitch like a man? It usually is pretty fucking shocking to the woman because she's never had it happen. Now, yeah, there's some tough bitches out there and shit. I get it. I'm talking about rules, not exceptions, all right? Take 100 men off the fucking street, 100 women. Let's talk about, you know, reality, not some fucking exception you can find that is not typically the case, all right? Men are physically stronger, period. That's due to our nature, our testosterone, our fucking, just that's the way it is. It's the way God made us. And instead of resisting that or being resentful of that as women or jealous of that, why don't y'all compliment us? Because we need y'all to do and be what we're not, just like you need us to be what you're not. Just because you can go get a degree, make a bunch of fucking money, and pay dudes to do all the shit and say you don't need no fucking man, well, yeah, you do. You just aren't having one directly like that. But men need a feminine woman. They need that support of a real wife in their life too, in their family. That's how people are truly happy, I think. The only truly happy people I've ever known, people that were actually married for life and, you know, had a family and, you know, stuck it out, did the work, you know, didn't give up on it, didn't fucking go on social media and let a bunch of motherfuckers destroy what you got, because it ain't greener on the other side. I know. I've been through it. I've been through a divorce. I've been through many breakups. I did a lot of dumb shit. I mean, I ain't been no fucking poster boy, but that's the thing is I've learned the hard way. And I'm done with dating until I'm fixing myself to where I'm full stack, to where I'm where I need to be financially, physical health, everything else, A game. And I'm fucking focused on my business I want to start. And maybe when that's all culminating, I'll start thinking about dating a woman, but she sure as hell ain't gonna disrespect me, cheat on me, shit test me, try to emasculate me in public, or any of this stupid shit bitches be doing to good men and laughing about the shit like it's funny. Because I'll tell you what, if men were being as ruthless to y'all, you would not fucking like it. Because I'll go on your selfie and straight be like, did you just roll out of bed in that one? Bitch, you don't look that good. Give me a fucking break. Just because all these losers are on here showering you with compliments, go through the list. How many of them you actually want to go on a date with? How many of them you actually want to have sex with? How many of them could you see being in a relationship with? How many of them are worth a shit? Not many. Maybe a few, you know, but they're not going to do that for just every old picture, for every bitch. I mean, maybe it's someone they actually knew or something like that. But for the most part, a dude that's worth a shit ain't got time and knows better. All right? They don't want attention from you if it's that easy to have. Have shit going on. That's my new thing from now on. I'm just gonna be too busy bettering my shit to even give a fuck. I'll straight. You know, I don't care. I'm a handsome man. If a woman's looking at me, I don't care. I'm just gonna start breezing by these bitches anyway, and it drives them nuts too. But you know what? I ain't got time for it. And women are starting to wonder, why don't men approach us no more? Well, shit. Look at the fucking danger we're in. First off, we gotta contend with potential rejection. Then we gotta contend with You could be a fucking psycho and accuse me of raping you, or lie and say you're pregnant, or lie and say I beat you up, any type of shit, get me put in jail like nothing. I mean, it's ridiculous. What the hell y'all expect us to do? We're just fucking getting to a point where we gotta guard ourselves. I mean, yeah, it's men out there that they want to come up here, they want to have sex with you. But how many of them can you see a relationship with? You gotta start appreciating the men that you really want a relationship with, and start trying to find a way to also be sexually attracted to that man, instead of doing this fucking fuck these guys and fuck this guy over bullshit. Because the good man gets shit on bad, and they don't realize that they're being too nice and shit like that. And it's nothing more unattractive to a woman. But we're raised wrong to believe that shit. We're not. Most men aren't raised to know the truth about it. You're taught to treat women a certain way and all this, and even women will say they want that, but don't listen to them. Watch what they fucking do at the end of the day. All I know is my real concern about it is the family unit, because all I see is broke up families. Now, I'm not saying you can't possibly have a good family that way, but it shouldn't be the norm or so commonplace. And if you want to be honest about it, a child's gonna probably grow up to be more stable and better, well-rounded individual for society if they grow up with a masculine father figure and a feminine woman figure in the same house that get along and work as a team and all that type of shit. How often do you even see that anymore? Even couples that stay together, half of them, the woman's wearing the pants and shit. I can't see it no more, man. We go to a restaurant, the woman's up there taking the reservation and taking charge. Man's back here with the fucking baby hanging off his chest in some kind of sling, afraid to even talk. What the hell is going on, man? We need men. We got to stop being afraid to just be men, no matter what any woke culture motherfucker want to say about it. Because you know what? They're going to realize that shit don't work. You can't worry about protecting their feelings at the cost. It's too great a cost. The shit is fucked up. We need brutal honesty and real shit going on. Real men being men, taking charge, starting fucking good quality families, and try to get this shit turned around, because we're headed on a bad trajectory. Couple it with the AI shit going on and everything. I mean, I'm just glad I know I got Jesus in my heart and the Holy Spirit with me at all times. So I know I trust in God and that, but I just don't. I don't understand where people's heads are at, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I think most people really do want a good family like that. It's just people aren't willing to do the work anymore. They give up too quick. They got too many options. Social media has its upsides, but it is a real double-edged sword, because back in the day, your wife or your girlfriend, if she wanted to cheat on you, she had to do a little more effort. She couldn't just, every time she went to take a shit, talk to every motherfucking dude she's ever known in her whole life just like that, and they're more than willing. It's another thing. We need more men that have more moral ground and aren't willing to do that type of shit so easily and make it so easy for them. They get away with it so easy because so many dudes just want to get some pussy, and then they're willing to whatever, lie about it and be sneaky on shit, and not even make it difficult for her. And even men that are above her in looks will do this just to fuck them. And so then they get a big ego about it. And now, even though you're probably on par with her in looks and then whatever, she's gonna look at you lesser somehow because you actually were trying to treat her decent and shit and whatever. It's like women need to stop being such victims of that. I mean, I know it's your nature, but come on. Think about what's really best a little bit. Is it really worth getting railed on by this dude? Don't you feel cheap and used anyway after? Is it really fulfilling? Even if you get away with it? But you know, we all know how women are about admitting fault. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They just basically won't do it. They're always the victim. It's always dude's fault. I mean, it's my fault. I got a plate thrown at me and threatened to stab me in the throat with a broken plate, and I hadn't done a fucking thing wrong. I was trying to be calm and everything. The argument was about me paying rent and not getting a key to the fucking house and shit that I had a legitimate gripe about. Trying to talk like adults about it and shit. Next thing you know, I'm getting threatened with assault with a deadly weapon. I'd like to see if the tables would turn. I wouldn't be doing this video right now because I'd be sitting over in Anoka County Jail. God damn it. Now, if you know me, you know I'm up in Minnesota and I don't really fucking talk like this. I just thought it'd be fun to do for the video. Anyway, I don't care whose feelings this shit hurt, who's offended. I'm fucking offended. What about me? What about all sensibilities being offended? All common sense, logic, and abandoning what actually works just to protect people's feelings for doing fucked up shit that they're gonna regret later anyway, probably. We can't keep condoning this shit. Dudes shouldn't be running around trying to cut their dicks off and all this dumb shit. I don't give a fuck what you think you identify as. It's because your fucking mind is fucked. Because this world is fucked. You shouldn't be thinking that way in the first place. If you were born a natural person into a good, proper type of situation that's healthy for a human, you would not want to do that. Let alone would you be fighting me for your right to do it. Do you ever stop and think about why you want to do it rather than just can you? What species is going to survive doing that? It don't make